Hello everyone, I'm Sindhu, founder of Growth Circle. In today's episode, Apurva and I are super excited to interview Krupa, who is the founder and CEO of Astronuts, a 360-degree marketing agency. Krupa has been nominated as a Social Samosa's top 30 under 30. She's been accepted into the IIM Bangalore Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women program.
We have been in operation for almost 5 years now, and we do we do like to call ourselves a 360-degree marketing agency, where we help our clients with online and offline both sort of marketing ideas and activities. We have been fortunate enough to work with brands that were featured in Shark Tank. They were backed by Mr. Anand Mahindra. We have been fortunate to work with Dr. Kiran Bedi's NGO. So, in that way, we have worked with really amazing brands that want to add value to the world, I would say. And
While everyone is aware of how marketing is crucial, how did you come up with an idea of starting your own organization, building brand and marketing agency, which is Astronuts?
right. So, thank you so much for having me, first of all. Secondly, your question about how did I come up with this idea. So, I was actually not aware how the marketing agency works and how this entire field is like. When I was in 10th standard, I had no idea how I would pull this off. But I remember I was sitting with my dad and I just told him randomly that, Dad, I want to do an MBA marketing and I'll start my own marketing agency someday. So then cut to 2020 when COVID happened, my previous agency got shut, and at that time I had two options, like to find another decent job or to take a leap of faith. So I decided the later one, and that's how Astronaut started.
It's not something that you can build something on your own, right? For that, you will need customers, you will need clients.
Right.
So,
Right.
how did you come across that?
So, as I said, I figured that marketing is something that is related to creativity. Then, when I studied marketing, I realized that marketing is a very powerful tool to change people's behavior, to change how society thinks. Because, say, in a certain way, if a certain product is promoted, people are ought to feel that, okay, this is a good product because it is promoted in XYZ manner, or it is promoted in ABC manner, then people might feel that, okay, this is not something relates with my value. So I feel that marketing is a very powerful tool, and we all are consumers 24/7. We are consuming some or other product every second of our life. So I felt that being in this industry, I have a lot of responsibility, not just power to change how people behave, but a responsibility to pick and choose the brands I work with. So that's how I thought of starting my own agency, and I have been on this thing that I really want to work with the brands who want to make positive changes in the world or society. I don't pick brands or work with brands that are harmful for people's behavior. So say some betting gambling brands, or say some brands who are into gutka or something. So those sort of
So you're
brands which
conscious of the marketing or the
very
brands that
conscious,
you
very conscious. So I won't name a brand, but I have been offered an interview in my college days in a very huge corporate, which is a tobacco company, and I straight away denied an interview itself because I didn't want to, even if it was some other say product of that company, not directly tobacco. But if I had promoted or marketed for that company, every ounce of revenue was going to circle back to the tobacco production. So I opted out. I've been like
right?
that from the beginning.
That shows how strong you are as a woman, because someone who's just starting her career, or someone who's just established her startup, for her to have a clarity, because typically what happens is whenever someone is starting their startup, they're like, let me first get money and then form my ethics around me, right? So I don't see that with you, which is really amazing, and the clarity is like, hats off to it. So Krupa, while you have highlighted the importance of marketing and how it is crucial for every organization, in our growth circle community, we have noticed that many a women
Mm.
entrepreneurs struggling with marketing. Do you have any input for our women entrepreneurs?
Just one thing I would like to say that whenever somebody starts a brand, if there is no larger purpose you are serving, or there is no larger goal or challenge you are chasing after, it is difficult to survive. Like your why should be very strong as a person, as a brand, both. So if as a person, say I as a person, I'm an entrepreneur, and if I don't know why this company Astronuts exists, it is very difficult for me to keep it going, because every time I feel challenged or threatened that this might take a left turn, I need to remind myself, why did I start? Why the day zero was there? So if this my personal why is not existing, it is difficult for me on a personal level, and say for a company who is serving maybe on a service level or a product level, if they don't know what their why is, it is difficult to connect with their consumers on a personal level as a brand. So I would say keep a check on your why.
I, I think that's a very valid point, and
So as a female, we are very bad at self marketing. I really feel that we cannot confidently go out there and we can tell 10 people that this is what I do. So I think we should learn from men this thing. How they do, they just go out there and they just brag about thing they do, right? Even if it is a tiny teeny thing, they're like, oh, aaj to, yeah, right, I do this, I do that, and they just show off. And that show off is not actually bad thing, because it's something you have done. It's
yes.
not it's not shameful thing that we feel that we should not talk about. It is actually it is a proud thing. So I think that when we are introducing ourselves or we are speaking to somebody in a context, of course, we should not just start putting things without a context. But whenever there is a chance to add a value, we should, through our
Okay.
experience.
What are the challenges you faced as a woman
Um,
while
so there
building
are no
nuts,
specific
while
challenges because I have never been in the other shoe. I don't know how a men's journey is like. But then I feel that on a certain levels, the women's journey is a little more difficult. But I would always say that we should count our blessings, because whenever we are into this, it's not just us who is into it, it's our family, it's our friends, it's our kids, everybody who is, pushing us to do this or helping us do this, they all are in it. And whenever we achieve something, it's not just us who is going to feel proud, they all will. So I think counting our blessings is more important than figuring what our challenges are. Of course, there will be challenges, but here I would like to say that whenever there is a challenge, be shameless and ask for help. Ask for help. And if the person you are asking for help is a woman, they're going to give it all.
you? Who do you think is your strongest support system?
So of course, my family is the strongest support system I have ever had, because I've never been questioned on my choices. I've always been somebody, like people around me have always had faith in me. So, and I've never feel pressured about that, that, okay, they have a faith in me, I have to prove something. I do it because I want to. I might not do when I don't want to.
Okay. Krupa, how big is your team?
So currently we are in-house 10, and there are more people who work with me on a project basis. So say I have a separate IT team that works with me on project basis, and there's a production team that project basis. So all in all, I think we are somewhere around 15 to 16 people who are working towards the same purpose.
How
Krupa, how
easy is
big is
it
your
to
team?
manage along with the
So
family?
currently we are in-house 10 and my family is something I really don't have to manage. I have a separate IT
They
team
manage
that works
themselves.
with me on
Okay.
and that's a blessing. There's a production team. So that's one thing. And when we talk all in all, I think we are somewhere around 50 to 60 people think that who are working towards the same purpose. My core
Krupa, how big
team,
is your
people
team?
who have been with me from day zero. So currently we are in-house 10 and add so much value in the organization on a project basis that sometimes in operations or say in day-to-day activities, there's a production team or say so all in all, I think we are somewhere around 50 small to 60 things people that needs to be taken care of. Do not require
Krupa,
my
how big is
involvement
your
at all
team?
because my team takes care of certain we are things in-house and 10 and they let there are me more be people who work to figure out how we want to grow. So say I
Where do you vision yourself for astronauts, Krupa? How do you see yourself growing or astronauts growing, say,
Mhm.
maybe 5 years or 10 years?
So after 5 or 10 years, I think I want to be known in India, of course, that this is some agency which is trying to make a positive change through their marketing and the brands they work with. Currently, I don't think that's happening, but yeah, in the 5 to 10 years, I would absolutely want that to be happening, and I would want that there are remote hubs in metro cities, and yeah, we are a team like we would want to become a team of 50, 70, 80 if possible, and we would love to work with a certain brands that are operating on bigger level and actually making large impacts.
You have been part of IIM Bangalore Goldman Sachs program,
Yeah.
which is specifically for women entrepreneurs. Can you share a little bit of your experience? What is it that you are learning there?
A lot of learnings actually, not one, not two, a lot of learning. The biggest takeaway for me has been that if you continue doing whatever you are doing, you are going to achieve whatever you have been achieving. So if you don't change something in what you have been doing, you can't expect different results. So that has been a biggest takeaway. And there were many, many, many actually, and I've been putting those on my Instagram as frequently as I can if you want to follow my Instagram. But yeah, there have been many learnings and the amount of energy because the entire classroom was filled with women entrepreneur, and I kid you not, that high is something else. Like if you can feel that high, I would urge you to feel it once because if your entire room is filled with women entrepreneurs, the warmth, the help, the support you get is unmatchable.
Just wanted to know if you have any message for the women entrepreneurs in our community.
So two things I would like to say. First thing is in general for everyone who wants to start something on their own. I would say that figure out how you want to add value and keep adding value in whatever you're doing because if you start adding value money is going to be byproduct and the second thing especially for women I earlier mentioned the same thing but I would reiterate that again that whenever you're stuck ask a fellow female entrepreneurs help they are going to help you out and do your thing. Yeah.
As you are aware, Growth Circle community has a lot of women entrepreneurs, right? And in case those entrepreneurs want to approach you for any of the marketing support, how could they reach you, and in which of the areas you could help them?
As I said that we do online and offline both kind of marketing. Our expertise is into online because when it comes to offline, there are implementation challenges if it is remote, but online can be handled very easily. So social media marketing, SEO, and performance marketing, we are very confident about. So we can help you out with that. And say if somebody wants help in terms of consultancy, I'm always available. So they can reach me also. It's Krupa at astronauts.in. They can connect on my Instagram as well at krupa.jd.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
Really appreciate it, Krupa. Thanks a lot. And thank you so
thank
much
you
for
so
being
much.
part of Growth Circle community. Really appreciate your guidance and support.
Love the work you all are doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Sindhu?